Good morning, Mama S here, and today it is blog post number 44, Sleep Training a Preteen. This wasn't a very long post, so this will probably be a shorter video, but uh, it starts off, have you ever sleep trained a child? Like a toddler, you teach a small child how to sleep in their bed all by themselves and, help them to self-soothe, and you read books and stuff like that. Now imagine you have a preteen who is almost as tall as you are and looks like a full-blown teenager, and you have to treat them like a very small child to sleep train them and taking them back to needs that haven't been met before. So that's what we were doing, and we kind of have been doing. So if you don't know this, if I haven't mentioned it previously, we pick one thing a month. My favorite quote is, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And how do we impact our little's life? 1 month at a time. So we pick one topic for the month and we focus on that for a month. So 4 to 5 weeks, however many weeks are in the month. And we specifically focus on that, and we reinforce everything that we've worked on in the months prior. So it's kind of like Russian stacking dolls, where every month we just add a little bit more to it. And for that month, when I wrote the blog post, we were focused on sleep training. And ultimately what that meant is taking Precocious back to when she was really little and treating her like she was a very tiny child and helping her sleep. So what that kind of looked like is the first week, actually it ended up being like about a first week and a half, we would read her a story, and we're reading The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. So we would read a chapter in the story, and then we would tuck her in like a tiny little burrito, really, really tight, with her weighted blanket, and we would actually lay there and wrap our arms and hold her really tight and just say, you're safe, it's time to go to sleep, and kind of relax. And we would lay there holding her for however long it took for her to go to sleep, and it usually took about 20 minutes. And then after that, we had where we read the story, we tuck her in, and then we sat at the edge of her bed. So she could feel us on the bed, but we weren't touching her, holding her, or anything like that. And then, so we did that for a week, and then the next week we sat like in her room, but kind of by the door. And, we went through the same routine. So tucking her in, reading the story, and then sitting over there while she went to sleep. And then the last week we were out in the hallway and sitting there with her while she was going to sleep. And it's amazing the difference that we have. And we still have our routine now where we read a story, tuck in, and then she goes to sleep. She has Kids Alexa in her room, and it can read her a story up until a certain point, and then it just shuts off. And that's when she knows, oh, I have to be asleep. I have to be going to sleep. And it is amazing, the difference, because before we started this process, she would stay up like an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours just fighting sleep and trying to sleep. And we still, like, she doesn't know, but we still stay where we can hear if she's going to sleep. And we kind of give her prompts when she needs them and things like that. And like I said, just because we focus on it for 1 month and then we focus on something else for the next month doesn't mean that the previous month stuff goes away. We just kind of absorb it into our lifetime routine and kind of go from there. So we're outside of that month now because we're into August, but it's interesting. Like, that's kind of how we handle situations with our foster children. Is a kid comes into your care and you're like, oh my gosh, there's so many things that we have to change. There's so many ways that we need to help catch them up. And if you think about it, if you had to change your entire life in a month, how stressful that would be. So a lot of things we just go, this isn't important, and we're going to focus on this right now, help this child get successful in this area, and then next month we'll add something else, and then next month we'll add something else, and next month we'll add something else. And there's constant change, absolutely, but it kind of keeps things interesting and exciting, and it's also not overwhelming. So as you're watching, let me know what your thoughts are, whether it be on sleep training children, whether it be on 1 month at a time, one focus in a month at a time, and kind of going from there. But go ahead, drop me some comments, chat with me. As always, if you're enjoying, please subscribe and please share. Thank you.